First, do not power on the device with the button. It's off and is going to power on when we insert the strip. My recommendation is to first puncture, use the small device to get the droplet, because for some persons, especially older person, the drop of blood will take time to appear on your fingertip. So you want to have first the drop and then just careful so you don't lose that droplet. Grab the strip. This is the strip that has to be new, no blood on it whatsoever. If you have blood on it, it's going to get you error. Try not to touch this tip, and also make sure you have clean and dry hands, so you don't touch with your tip on some surfaces with sugar or food on them. So I'm going to grab the strip this way. I'm trying not to touch the tip there. And I'm going to insert it. This is the face of it. Insert it. Notice how deep, but actually you just insert it in there, and at some point when it's fully deep enough, it's going to turn the device on. That's plenty enough. Give it a few seconds. It's asking for a droplet of blood. So we are going to keep it vertical, and you want to have about, this one is big, but at least 2 millimeter circle or ball of blood. 2 millimeters is going to be enough. And place it vertically. Just dip it in there, but vertically. And keep it until you have this count. And my sugar, it's a little bit high. I did eat something sugary. So from this point on, to turn it off, just grab it from the sides, pull it out, and it's turning off. So that's all. You just drop it in the garbage. Now, if you insert a strip that has blood on it, see what happens. You get an error. E2, let me show you the errors. So we have several errors. This one, okay, I think this works better. Just pause the video and read. Also this one. I give you the batteries. Just use Energizer or Duracell, because yes, the camera really is low or high in sugar, but just use a quality battery, so it does last longer. However, it should last long because we just don't have it on. And when you get the device the first time, you can set it if you want to set the date. Mine was already with the correct date. My camera is not good. If you want to set your date, you just press on this button, keep it down. It's going to turn on, and it's going to show you this. This is like a log, and this is the settings. Well, if you want to select, just press the arrows to select, let's say, the settings gear. Press the arrows, just try to imagine. Press the arrow down or up. Now it's blinking the settings. Press the arrow once again, and then you can set the time. It's 24-hour format. This is the hour. You can increase or decrease, just up and down, and press center to change. This is the minutes. This is I don't know, the this is the date. I keep pressing down. I'm not going to change it. One more click. This is an alarm. This is some other settings, and this is the unit. Not sure what this is. Perhaps this light green says it's okay, it's within the range. One more click and it goes back to the original menu. If you leave it like this, 3 minutes is going to turn off, but I'm going just to keep down this to turn it off right away. I don't need it for now. Let me just give you a few ideas, few tips about this. I don't know the name for it. I do reuse it. I do not change these plastic needles all time. I simply just put one in there and keep it for every single time I'm using this. But let me just get something to wipe off my finger. You can use a bit of alcohol to just disinfect the needle if you want to be cautious. And my suggestion is it doesn't hurt, but it does feel something. So try, if you are scared of needles, try to start with one and see how it feels. I cannot fix more the camera. So see how it feels. Always just handle this carefully because this button is very, very sensitive. So if it's loaded like this and you forget you loaded, just be careful because the slightest touch, it jumps the needle in there. Try with one, then increase to just kind of get used to the feeling. It's not pain, but also to find the spot where you can get enough blood. Myself, I need to go to 4 to get blood. At 3 doesn't get any blood for some reason. That's how it is. So also to insert that, don't even remember how it was. Okay, so it's there. So there's this segment here. I will leave it to 4 just to make sure it's not loaded. And then here it's difficult to see, but there is a small symbol right underneath the middle of this button, and this is locked in place. It's like small bumps, one white, one black. And now if we want to remove the needle from it, we just put it to the unlock position and it's releasing. So this is the unlock position. If you want to lock it, this is the black bump, but it's tiny, but you will feel, don't force, you'll feel it locks in place and you can my suggestion is you need to be careful. You can tell the needle it's there, it's very sharp. My suggestion is to just, you can grab it like this if you want to remove it. My suggestion is to kind of be careful. This is plastic, and also if you push it inside, it doesn't really have to follow that cut there. You can put it in any way if you want, it will stay. But if you push it inside, careful with your fingers always. Try to grab it with your nails. At the tip here there's like a bump, and you need to press it all the way down until it stops. But also at this moment it's loaded. Careful, right? So just keep in mind. Normally we load it, pull there and release. Now it's loaded. It doesn't feel tension here. So pull until it clicks, let go. It's going to make that puncture. But also again, when you press it in place, it feels it stops at some point. It doesn't go further and it makes a click, and it's also loaded, so make sure you unload it first when you my suggestion is to replace it or to install a new piece like this. Get the piece, it looks like this first when it's new, and my suggestion is get the pliers. This plastic piece round, it's what you want to remove, and we need to remove by twisting it, not by pulling. It's too difficult to pull it. Twist it, but we need to hold this other piece. So it's better not to try with your hands first, you can hurt yourself. My suggestion is grab maybe with your hands this end and use pliers and just twist this thing. Twist it again and again until it detaches, and you will see the needle at that point. And to insert it, I recommend just be careful. Again, we need to insert it here in the center. I hope the camera guy is going to get fired. It's really just a camera phone, so it has very, very big limitation with certain colors and so on. So I recommend cutting the tip here plastic with your hands before you place it here. Why? Because if you place this piece together here in there and you set it there, you are going to rotate, try to rotate the round piece but it's going to force a lot here, and it doesn't even stay in there, so it's not working this way. Detach the round piece before placing into the device by again hold here and with the pliers, so you don't hurt yourself, but also pliers is going to be easier. Detach that thing, and then once you got it detached, just like this, press until it locks in place. I'll give you again, so listen to the sound it makes. You can grab it with the fingernails here. Don't try to push it from the needle, right? I think that's obvious. So try to grab it with the fingernails here. Come on, camera. It makes you patient. Try to grab it with the fingernails at the tip, then carefully. Notice it goes all the way to this point here. Once it makes that click, it's engaged, and you don't have to push it again. It stays there. This is the correct position. I'll show you a trick if you want. Careful when you... So if I would load it and open this cap, it stays in there just like when you push it in there. So this is pretty much about it. You can always remove the cap if you want. Just use some isopropyl alcohol to wipe it off in between the punctures. It's up to you. It's safer, I think, especially if a person maybe could have health problems, you know, immunity system weaker. Also, this cap, I think, oh, okay, you have this piece here, this slide. This is to eject the plastic piece if you want to replace it. So now the plastic piece is fully inserted in there, it's locked in place. If you want to eject it, instead of grabbing it like this, you can also grab it this way and remove it from there. But if you want to have it safer, because it's the needle, it's close to your hand, you can also eject it this way. But careful, hold it well, because if you just do this thing, your finger is going to slide and you hurt yourself. Hold it like this and push on this plastic piece. It takes a bit of force. So this is why there is a plastic piece like this in there, but I don't use it myself. Again, I don't. Be careful with this, right, when it's loaded. The needle is not that big, but it's sharp, and I don't know, it hurts. If you puncture yourself like this, it hurts. When it goes really fast, I would say that myself at 3, I barely feel it. At 4, I do feel it. 5 is going to feel it even more. But also I want to say something. When you put it to puncture your fingers, do not press on your finger. Just rest it gently, just like this, and press the button. You don't need to press on your finger, and if you press, it's going to hurt a bit more. So just careful with this. Keep in mind, you see I keep these strips in my plastic bag because I did remove a few strips, but these ones are the ones that I'm going to use quickly. But keep the strips always in the bottle. It's very important. And I recommend you read the, I don't have this, the bottle here. I recommend you read the instructions. It's important to keep them away from heat at room temperature. Usually they are good from, I know in Celsius, not in Fahrenheit, from around 5 Celsius to 30 Celsius. So go ahead, go on Google and just translate this in Fahrenheit to be accurate. From 5 to 30 Celsius, that's the preservation. We should not try to put this in fridge thinking it's going to stay longer. Never leave these strips, again, always in the bottle, original bottle, because it keeps them away from sunlight, also from radiation, from heat, and from humidity. Humidity is a big problem with these strips. So I was saying that they are stored at room temperature, and if you look on internet, there is an expiring date on the bottles for the strips. It seems people, if they are properly stored in the bottle, you can use them, but this is on your own risk, right? Just be sure that aware there's always a risk. You can use them for 1 to 2 years after the expiring date, and it's still going to work well. Also, in the instruction, you will read something like a control solution. There was actually a solution, just a liquid that you will put here at the tip, just to test that the device is properly calibrated. It seems it's not really longer necessary to do that control test. It was back in the days perhaps when these devices were less accurate, or who knows, they was just not as performing as today. That control test, the liquid, it's no longer needed. Again, make sure all this you keep them, no humidity on them, and always never any kind of sugary, from food. Don't handle this when you have food on your hand or have touched food. I believe you can wipe them off. Read the instructions. I don't remember exactly if you can use alcohol to clean them. And I think this is pretty much the idea. Again, when you receive this, when you remove this first from the box, you don't need to do those settings. You can do right away put a strip and do a blood test. Only if you want to change the settings, date, hour, and so on, which I said mine was already correct from the factory, had the correct time, hour, date, and so on. Only if you want to change those settings, then you activate it, power it on with this button here. And finally, like I said in the video, this stays on for 3 minutes. So my suggestion is first try to get, if you can get a blood droplet quickly, then go ahead, put first the empty, clean, new strip in there. It will power up, and then do your puncture and get your droplet. If you can do it within 1-2 minutes. But I prefer just do first my droplet of blood, and only then, just careful so you don't it doesn't go wash away. Only then I will insert the strip, and this way I just power the device shorter. It's going to make the batteries last longer. The batteries are here at the bottom. That's how they sit in there. This is with the writing at the top.